Good evening, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are listening in from, or sorry, watching in from. My name is Darien J. This is the Social Sessions, Session 1. It's the first time I'm doing this, so please forgive all the technical issues that pretty much guarantee is going to happen. And apologies for the late start. Just checking everything's working here. Yes, so we're good to go. So, why are we here? We are here to for an experiment for this year. So last year we did the social stream. We did a year, once a month. We did a live DJ stream with DJs from Brighton, friends of mine coming across and joining in. We had some amazing snacks prepared by Amy Thomas, and we had some amazing music provided by a lot of really good DJs in Brighton. So this year we're going to focus on making the music, and hopefully get some of those guys to come visit over the coming months and joining in with the music making process that I'm trying to set up here. So the idea is to hopefully get some more creativity going. There's a lot of copy and pasting, a lot of generic dance music out there, and I think experimenting and collaborating with others is a really good way to try and get something new started. So for the first stream, coming up in a couple of weeks, 26th of January, in fact, I have an EP coming out on Saturo Sounds record label. The EP is called Snowball Effect. It's not a blatant plug. The reason I'm telling you about this is because what we're going to do today is start a remix for one of those tracks, the title track, Snowball Effect. I'm going to try and remix it live using my boxes that I have. No computer, other than obviously streaming what you're seeing and hearing. And from there, we'll see what happens, basically. So let me introduce you to the band. So you'll have to forgive the quality of the video. I will upgrade cameras at some point and see if we can get a really good look at what's going on here. But you'll get a general idea. I'm not going to be particularly technical throughout these streams. It's not designed to be a gear porn fest as such. It's designed to help and hopefully encourage and inspire you to be more creative, or be creative if you're not already, but everybody's creative. So hopefully maybe give some ideas of stuff to do. And stop. Sorry, I'm just trying to find the. I know, that's why, because I haven't. I'm just gonna. Oh, lots of noise going on. So let me introduce you before I start fiddling, which I obviously just started doing. The thing is with these boxes is once you get started, you can go down so many rabbit holes trying to figure out what's going on and how things work. So the challenge with doing a live stream is to try and keep things condensed limit things. Well, let me come back to me. Limit things so we can just focus on the creative part of the music making process, I should say. And then because there's so many good channels out there, lots of YouTube channels, EasyBot, I can't remember the names. EasyBot's quite a good one, only because I watched his recently. He's stuck in my head. But they go over the technical side of things a lot. They delve deep into the hardware, whereas I'm not that technical. I just feel my way and figure things out as I go. So trying to explain what's happening a lot of the time is going to be quite difficult, but I can explain the process, as in what I'm trying to do with the music, and where we're trying to take it. But saying that, I don't tend to have an idea in my head of what I'm trying to make to start with. I just start and see what happens. We will go back to, I will go to the chat and say hello to people. I've got to try not to be too distracted because there's a lot to focus on, and I want to try and get as much done as possible. I've scheduled an hour for this, but I imagine it's going to take a bit longer even to get anything going, really, to be honest with you. So quick jump at the chat even. Hello, Laura. How are you, my love? There looks like, yeah, some spam. And Nina Karina, the lovely Nina Karina. Hello, my love. Sophie. Hi, Soph. And James Mackey. James Mackey doing some really good music at the moment. Got a track out at the moment. What's the track called, James? Let us know in the chat. He's got a track coming out. I think it's in the Hype Beatboard chart at the moment, which is kind of cool. And a massive achievement for someone who's only been making music for a short while, a year maybe. So hats off to you, Mr. Mackey. Good work. So where was I? Let's go back. Right. So I'll come back to the chat in a bit. I've got a timer on. I haven't got a timer on. I have got a timer on, but I'm restart the timer once we start working, because I want to kind of focus on the music while I'm making the music, and then focus on the chat while I'm focusing on the chat. If you try and do two things at once, everything goes a bit wrong, and there's enough to go wrong already. So back to the boxes. Let's introduce you to what I call the band. So here we have, let's start here. So here we have the Elektron Syntakt. This is dealing with synths. It's analog and digital synth. So this will do drums, bass, some stabs and things, synthy sounds. Not too many kind of lead sounds with that, because the other box is going to do that. So that's kind of the crux. That's the big groove box. Let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to turn these two down so you don't hear anything from those. Apologies if there's any crackling from the boxes. Doesn't really, I haven't figured out everything yet. I've been going mental today trying to get all this set up. Unplugging everything from over here. Unplugging everything from over here, and then putting it all down in front of me here. And when you take things apart and start putting it back together again, it's a mind meld, if you like. So where was I? So groove box, main kind of drums and bass, basically. Here. Oh yeah. So this is a little pattern I'm working on. Hopefully the sounds won't be too loud. So nice groovy things. I've got a snare on that, yeah. So that's your grooves. That's your the backbone, the backbeat, if you like. Then over here we have Actually, let's go to this one. This one is the Digitakt. So Elektron Syntakt, this one. Elektron Digitakt. And the Digitakt I'm using for kind of percussion stuff. So atmospheric percussion sounds. I'm also using it for kind of sounds to signify the end of phrases. So little rises, little fills, that kind of thing. Put those in so I can keep track of what's happening by ear to a certain extent. You do have these lights here that give you an indication of where you are in the phrase. You've got 4-bar lights. So again, if we go back to this one, I'll show you. So bar 1, bar 2, bar 3, bar 4. And they're all doing the same thing, you see. So they're all synced up nicely. Thank the Lord. Because I thought that wasn't going to happen for a while. But it did. Hey, Liz. So, 4-bar pattern. You can change that. You can lengthen it. You can double it. You can halve it. You can do all kinds of weird and wonderful things with the phrase. But I like to have things to remind me of what's happening and where I am in the loop, if you like. So I'm using this for percussion and for that reason. This is also triggering because this has got 8. I realise I'm going all over the place here, but it's been a long day setting this up, and I did have a massive plan. I had a really good plan of what I was going to talk about and how to do it, and that's completely gone out the window, of course. So back to this box. This box, 8 channels of percussion. Then you've got 8 MIDI channels down here. So these 8 MIDI channels are synced up to, or triggering the samples in the black box here. So again, I use these for all right, 4 buttons to trigger sounds from this box. And the good thing about this box is it's stereo. It's a stereo sampler, whereas the Digitakt isn't. It's a mono sampler. So when you're triggering sounds with this, you've only got mono sounds, which means it's very thin and straight. So this gives me an opportunity to add some width. I'm also going to use these 4 buttons to trigger vocals at some point. Haven't had a chance to set that up yet. So drums and bass, synthy sounds, percussion, risers, hits, that kind of thing, and some vocal stuff. In the middle, so let me show you this one again. So turn this one down. So this is an example of something I'm working on at the moment. Oh, hold on. For some reason, I don't think you're getting any sound. So let me have a quick look why that is. Yeah, let me know about the sound and stuff, guys. If you're not hearing any music stuff, then it's obviously a complete waste of time me doing this. So I need to just find add the audio for that. Oh, no, there it is. Properties. No, that's not it. It was working. Why is it not working? It's coming through the mic, but it's not coming through the... hold on, here we go. What's about this? No. Okay. We've got some audio issues here. Why is that? What's going on? Sorry, guys. So what is that? That is... Oh dear. Now, guys, are you hearing any audio, any music coming through here? Do let me know. Because I'm hearing it in my headphones, but I don't think it's coming through on the old Streamo. What about now? Let's try. No. No. So, what is this? It's switched on. Shouldn't be mono. It should be. Oh God! I thought this might happen. Just when you think everything's going well, you have a bit of a nightmare with the audio. So that should be 5 and 6. That should be 5 and 6. No. Okay. So yeah, tell me about it, Nina and Sophie. Lots of buttons and knobs, but no sound, which is great. Now, it was working prior. For some reason, it's not anymore. I think I've got a funny feeling. 5 and 6. Okay. There we go. Hey, we're back. We're back. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so I don't think you heard what I was talking about before. So this one, groove, drums and bass. Apologies if it's really loud. Let's see. So what about now, guys? Are you getting the audio, the sound? You should be hearing the old box. Yeah, I just tested. I think I can hear it. I think it's all good. Yay! Thanks, James. I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me and helping me get through this initial tech nightmare. So, Groovebox, drums, bass. Over here, percussion. And rises and basically samples, because it is a sampler. So I tend to work quite randomly. Thank you, Laura. Thanks, Samuel. I tend to work quite randomly. A bit like the technical side of things, really. And whatever samples, I'm basically just working on the samples that were in there from the person who bought it first before me, who I bought it from off eBay. So it's quite interesting what comes up sometimes. And you can do some wicked stuff with it. And then what have we got here? So, and then this is the newest member of the band. This is the Digitone. And this one is just a synth. So it's FM synth. So it's a digital synth. 4 channels of stereo. So again, it just increases, because this box is mono. It's got stereo effects, so you have a sound in the middle, but then the sounds, you can ping them off to the side with delay and reverb. But the sounds themselves are mono. Same with the Digitakt, so that's mono. Whatever you sample in, it'll just mix it down to a mono sound. So good for vocals, vocal stabs, that kind of thing, percussion hits, etc., etc. The Blackbox stereo, so that will play everything nice and wide and loud. And the Digitone is 4-channel synth, and each channel is stereo. And you've also got MIDI on there as well, so you can trigger other stuff with this as well, which I'm not going to do because there's enough bloody things going on at the moment. So this is what this one does. So again, this is a little idea I'm working on. And then I said this triggers the black box. So, what are we going to do today? Well, when we get started, we're going to start remixing one of my tracks from the EP that's coming out in a couple of weeks, 26th of Jan, remember, called Snowball Effects. Now, I've only had time to take out the vocal samples from the project, because it was a nightmare finding the project to start with. Once I opened the project, none of the sounds would play. So I made that track in 2020, I think I finished that track. During lockdown. I'd started it way before that. And it's coming out in 2024. So it's a good, probably 3.5, 4 years old. So opening up projects of that old, if you're not organised, which you can't stress enough, you must get organised with your filing structure on your computer, because finding you want to bring stuff into play from the past, and it's very difficult to do if it hasn't saved correctly. So I've managed to get this vocal out, and that's all I managed to do. I managed to put it into the Blackbox sampler.
It's the snowball effect. It's momentum, right? If you roll a snowball down a hill, at first it's only going to collect a little bit of snow. But as we go further down, the surface area of the snowball increases, and it collects even more snow.
I love the fact that I didn't quite cut the end of that off, so he says "and" at the end. It's a little thing that you like to keep for these anomalies. So
it's the snowball effect.
So I've got another bit. I've got 5 vocal bits. I did want to trigger those sounds from this box so I could sequence them, but I couldn't get it to work in time. So we're just going to trigger them by hand. It is synced up via MIDI, so it will play in time. So let's get to making some music. So I'm going to start not from scratch exactly. What I'm going to do is copy this pattern and put it on a new pattern. Paste. And then clear the sequence. So now it should. No. Pattern. Clear sequence. So the sequence is gone, but the sounds are still there. Same with this. Let's copy that, put it there. Shame to overwrite the previous owner's. Oops. Oh dear. Function. Paste pattern. Sequence cleared. So again, nothing. Great. So we'll have to find some sounds for that one. This one, copy. Hold on. Copy. Paste. Clear. So again, oh no, that didn't work. seems to have overwritten something, but we're just going to clear the sequence. There we go. No. Come on. Okay, there we go. So, let's get cracking. 25 minutes. See what we can get done. So, we've got the sounds. We're going to stay in the same key because it's just easier. We don't need to demonstrate that kind of thing. But what we're going to do, we're going to stick, let's go with our kick drum. And as you can see, well, you probably can't actually because the camera is so bad, but it's A sharp and A sharp minor key. And we're going to put our kick drum down. So again, 4 bars, 16 steps, 4, 4, 4, 4. And let's put a little hit in here. And this one we're going to just reduce the volume. That's that one. Reduce the volume of this little skip. And we're going to change the condition of this step. I'm going to make it play every 4 bars. No, let's do every 2 bars. So we should have a kick drum pattern now. And that skip on this trigger here, see, every second time that 4 bar pattern plays, that one plays. Not the first one. So that basically lengthens our loop from 4 bars to 8 bars, just with the kick drum. So the key is, where's my camera? The key is to start with the short loop, and then we want to lengthen that loop. We want to keep it as interesting as we can for the whole thing. So basically, if you think about, if you've got a 4 bar, very short loop, we add something in to make it interesting. That happens every 8 bars. Then we double it up again. We add something interesting to happen every 16 bars. Maybe add a change, 32 bars, etc., etc. And then you lengthen the loop so far that you've got a whole track. And within that track, you have things happening. And then that track, if you think about that track as a loop, because that track is going to be played multiple times by people, hopefully. And you want enough interesting things happening throughout that track to make them want to listen to it again and again and again, which is hard to do, of course. But if you always think of that, just start with your short loop, lengthen it, double it, and then add interest, add changes, add breaks, add contrast, add create tension, create and release from that tension, and then you've got a whole track basically. Okay, so let's go back to our music. I'll stop talking. We've only got 21 minutes left, so let's go. So kick drum. So what I like to do again to do the loop, interesting loop thing. Are we still live? Yes, we are. To do the interesting loop thing, I'm just going to go from box to box and add something from each box each time. One, it keeps things interesting for me as a music maker. But it also adds that element of experimentation, I guess. Experimentation. So onto our next box. This bad boy here. Now we need a sound here. So we hold double tap. No, that's MIDI. That's why. There we go. Now, are we in the right chord, in the right scale? No, we're not. So we're going to change the scale to what were we on this one? This one was A sharp minor. So change this to minor. There we go, minor. A sharp. Keyboard fold on, because I'm not a keyboard player. I'm not even a musician. But if you put the keyboard fold on, every note is in key, in the right key, in the right scale. So that's the ARP. That's quite good. It's quite good, that actually. Let's put that in. Why not? Let's try something like that. The only problem with this box is I don't know how to change the quantizing on it. So we're going to take the so I've taken some notes out there. Let's try that again, shall we? So what I've done now, because I was using the ARP feature function to play in the sounds, so these are the notes that we played, but then I managed to delete some of those notes and ruin the whole thing. So what we're going to do, try that again, but we're going to take the ARP off and we're just going to play something else in. Five, six, seven, eight. So the sound has got some nice changes. So even though we're playing just the one note there, it's moving around enough to keep it kind of interesting. Oh, that's quite nice. So we can use that as a performance feature. Okay. Again, what we're going to do, we're going to add a little variation in here just to keep it interesting. We're going to add a little note in, maybe there, and we're going to trigger that every 2 bars. And what we're going to do with that as well, we're going to send that to the delay, just that note on its own. If you hold it down, you can send it on its own. And we'll send that to the reverb as well. So again, it's happening every second phrase. And this one, we'll just add a little, again, just percussion, little atmospheric sounds. So we'll just play something in here. So one thing I will say, great thing about these boxes is you've got a swing feature on it. You won't be able to see that from there because the camera's so rubbish. But there's a swing feature that allows you to change the swing amount, and I've found that 60% is my swing thing. So I put that on 60. Every one of these is on 60. So they've all got that same kind of feel to the groovage. Okay. again, we're going to change the trigger on this one, so we have this one just playing every second phrase. Now key, function yes to save temporarily, because then what we can do, we can mess around with the sounds. This one, isn't it? So if we record, actually we don't need to record, we can mess this up. And then return to the original sound. Okay, so we've got something on here, so let's get something off the black box. As I say, I can't trigger the vocal samples from this yet. I'll figure that out. I have got it working because these are doing it, but for some reason I couldn't get the vocal parts to trigger properly. Okay, so there's our reverse ride or something. Hi Ames. Nice beeps apparently. That's what she said. So we're gonna put in. Okay, that is triggering two sounds at the moment, so I just need to change the MIDI mode to something else so it doesn't trigger at the same time. This is our reverse here. So we're going to stick one of those in. It's quite a long reverse rise, so I'm going to put it in the beginning, I think. See if it fits. Perfectly. Nice. But we don't want that to happen every time, so we're just going to do that at the end of every 4 bars. Save that. Okay, so we've got something off each of the boxes. Let's go back to this one. Nice bit of bass there. Save that. Okay, back to this one. So I mean, just randomly press things, see what happens. So what we'll do, I would like to put that in, but I don't want to put it over the top of the first sound, this one here, because what's going to happen is I don't want them to play it all the time, and there's going to be too many notes to change the probability factor, the trigger, like we have with the other things, the steps. We don't want to go to into each and every step and say we want to play that every 4 bars or every 2 bars. So we're going to copy, I think we can copy the sound, copy and paste. I guess not. Okay, so we can do a little fill at the end instead. Again, technical issues, when things like that happen, you tend to go, all right, how do I do that? How do I figure that out? Let's have a look. Let's look at YouTube and see how someone else does it. And then you spend the next hour watching YouTube videos. So we're not going to do that. We're going to just do a little fill at the end instead. Work within our limitations. And then we can change the probability of those happening to every 2 bars, 4 bars, or whatever. So let's not get carried away with the chording. We'll just do a little bit at the end. Like that. And then hopefully we can figure out which of these steps here. So it's that one. So I'm going to change the probability of that one. So every 4th phrase. That one and that one. That one. Oh no, you know what's happened there. It's placed it over the top of the other notes, so it's wiped them out. So we're not going to do that. We're going to say it, as I say, let's move on. Chords. That'll do. So we take that first out, just give ourselves a little bit of a break from that because it was annoying the crap out of me. I don't know about you. So onto this one.
It's the snowball effect, it's momentum, right? If you roll a snowball down a hill, at first it's only going to collect a little bit of snow. But as we go further down, the surface area of the snowball increases and it collects even more snow.
So we've got a nice little answer phrasing going on there between the bass and that organ. Boom, boom. I think we need another note in there, don't we? At the end of that organ phrase. Like that. Let's put that in. That's better. Save. Don't forget to save, people. Okay. Got a bit of a groove going now. So we haven't put anything. Let's grab this. a little bit loud, that, so let's bring it down. Sorry for shouting into the microphone. Hey Ali, how are you, my love? Long time no speak. Hope you're well. I remember that time we made a track in what's her name? Donna? I can't remember her name. At an afters, sat down with the laptop, spent hours just making this track, and then went out into the van and played it at like 7 o'clock in the morning. Fun times.
It's the snowball effect. It's momentum, right? If you roll a snowball down a hill, at first it's only going to collect a little bit of snow. But as we go further down, the surface area of the snowball increases, and it collects even more snow. It's the snowball effect.
Let's add some delay to that one.
It's the snowball effect.
Nice. So the trick is try and keep it interesting, not just for me while I'm making it, but especially for you guys watching or listening, because it's going to go on for... Listen to someone make a track is so boring most of the time. Not suggesting this isn't, but if we can mix it up with a little bit of performance element, we can keep things interesting. Okay, so we've got another sound from there, we've got another sound from there. Let's go back to this one. Running out of time, so let's keep it simple. Let's get a hi-hat in there. I'm going to mute it first so you don't hear it while I'm putting it in. And let's bring it in after the next riser. A little bit too much delay on that hi-hat, so let's bring that down a bit. And it's a bit loud as well, that hi-hat. Bring that down. Okay, so what have we got on this? Oh, Jesus. So let's get a different sound. Actually, no, tell you what, you know what I like to do? I like to work with whatever I've got. Something simple. Hey, how you doing? See, weirdly, that's the only note that really works on this, so let's play that in. 25 minutes. All right. So yeah, Happy New Year to you, to you as well, Em. So we're doing all right here. We're doing all right. We've got something going. Not sure about that sound, but I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take that out. Ooh. Keep it simple. Emma's asking, what am I doing? I'm making the music. So, making some music. And hopefully, I'm going to be doing this with other people soon. Get some people in the studio. I say people. There's not enough room for many people in here. Maybe one or two. And do some collaboration. And make some really cool stuff on these great boxes, but also the computer here too.
And one thing that I want everybody to learn is that while technology will evolve, human psychology will not. The nature of human behavior will never change or evolve.
I look pained. I look pained. Yeah, it's been a long day setting all this up. Here I am, looking pained. I look pale. The lighting's not great. I didn't have time to fiddle with that, unfortunately. But next time.
It's the snowball effect.
I do like that sound. Anyway, I'm fiddling. Spray tan. Again, it's the lighting. It's the lighting. I'm not that pale. I may look it, but I'm not. So we'll get something on this box again. Just a little incidental sound there. Turn that down a bit. So look how dark my hands are on this camera. Okay, what do we need next? Let's go. Now, normally I would fill the thing with sounds, and before putting all the drums in. But because it's 6:15, so I've been going nearly an hour. We'll put a snare in. And I guess we'll call it a day, really. It's been a long one for me. Very bloopy. Bloopy and bleepy.
Okay, the fact that Bitcoin is going to be increasingly adopted does not matter. The fact that transaction fees are going down does not matter. The fact that the probability of an ETF has gone up does not matter. None of those things really matter all that much.
So you can fiddle with the actual synth sound itself.
It's the snowball effect.
So, there you go. Not too bad. Not too bad an idea. Yes, Rick. Hi, mate. I guess he's asking where you could send some tracks. I guess send them to me via my website, email address. Join up to my email newsletter. Every Thursday, I put out an email newsletter to encourage and inspire creativity. And it's really short. Takes literally seconds to read. There's a few points to hopefully encourage you guys to do more. And a little bit about what I'm doing as well, music-wise. Yeah, Berlin back in the day, back alley filth, absolutely. So yeah, you can just join up to my email list. First of all, it's darienjdj.com/newsletter. I'll put it in the newsletter in the description of the old video. And so I think that's enough. The lights. Let me see if I can turn this down. Maybe it'll help. Oh. So much better. So, yeah, I'm obviously on Facebook, Darien J DJ. Basically, on my socials, Darien J DJ. So let me, I'll answer in the chat to you. Reply. DarienJDJ.com/newsletter. Sign up there. That says Darien J CJ. Don't know who CJ is. Darien J CJ. DarienJDJ.com newsletter. And then all the socials, I'm at Darien J DJ. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or X it's called now. YouTube. So anywhere basically, anywhere that you can find me, you'll be able to contact me, DM me via any of those. If you've got any tracks you're working on, send them across and have a listen. I'll give you some feedback happily. Although my feedback is not worth a great deal, to be honest with you, because I'm not that technically minded. But I can do my best. Anyway, so this has been the social sessions, session number 1, with all the technical issues included, including the seriously bright light I had on me, including the really poor camera quality on the gear, including the fact there was no sound for a while. It's been great. So, a lot of fun. It's been worth putting the effort in to set this up. It's, as I say, it's a year-long experiment. We'll see what happens by the end of the year, and hopefully we can make some really good music with some really good people, and we can keep it going. So all that's left for me to say is stop copy and pasting, start creating. I'll catch you second Sunday of the month next month, and